Are we streaming this one, guys, or not today?
Yes, we are.
Yes, fantastic. Okay.
Right. Everything is fine by my side. So let's just get started. Welcome, everybody. First things first, take care for the financial decisions. That's 100% up to you. Fake profiles, take care again guys. Uh, Sadly enough, there has been a user which has complained about another impersonator. Just take care out there. It's a funny business within the DMs. Inside the server, we, the staff of David Tech, we are trying to keep the environment as clean and safe as possible. Within the DMs, it's a wild west. Just don't invest into some other name company or something like that, which is not related to David.tech. The only two websites which you can support the community is through the website, david.tech, that's with two Ds. And of course, the Patreon link, which is patreon.com/davidtech, of course, with two Ds. Again, welcome everybody to the 31st edition of the Elite Backtesters meeting, webinar, however you wish to call it. If you have any questions regarding to what you are seeing on the share screen, just feel free to interrupt. In the end, we'll also have an open discussion sessions where we can talk about anything related to David Tech, anything related to our products. If you guys have any suggestion or something that could make your life a little bit easier, which we could update our products, that's the best spot to be asked on. Topics for today, a pretty good list. We have the last March submissions. So you had time up until now to send your submissions to get access as of April for the full month of April. And on this evening, we will have the Elite Backtesters rank refresh. So removing the people which sadly didn't submit or upkeep their ranks. And we're going to start adding the new ones. And of course, upkeep for the people who have submitted both 1 month ago and now. April submission start, that's I mentioned earlier enough. This Thursday, we will have the quarterly review. It's going to be an interesting one. We're going to do it live and discuss with everybody over YouTube. Next week, next Tuesday, we are going to do the new April submissions, and we're also going to have the February review, like we had with December, with November, with January, and so on. The second Tuesday of each month is pretty much a review of the past 2 months that have ended. So for example, now we have February up to the test. We will take all the submissions and see how they performed over March and the available weeks of April as well. And at the end, the classic, a short introduction for newcomers, where I speak about the Elite Backtesters, about what they are, what's the main goal of the group, and how to join. Right, without further talking, let's just get to the business, I guess, with the last March submissions. First things first, we have a inactive setup which was submitted to me, I believe, today, like a couple minutes before I took like the very last check of today. We have a strategy on Bitcoin on 15 minutes. It's Flash Profit, one of our newest strategies. We have over here a profit of 431% net profit, total close trades 209. It's a single take profit strategy. The win rate is 64%, which is good enough. You're really close to 2 wins and 1 loss overall. So you are expected to do one loss and 2 wins overall. But yeah, it's very close to that ratio. A profit factor, if you are interested into that, me personally, I will not really consider the profit factor. However, if you guys do, it's 1.82. Me personally, I'm more of an equity curve guy. I do watch the maximum drawdown and of course the net profit. Some nice filters will be the total close trades. If you don't have that many, it could be a sign of overfitting, which you should be really aware and try to limit that by not really having like 2 trades for like 2 years period, because there might be cherry picked and either could never happen again, like you would never get another entry, or if you would get, there has been just cherry picked, the next one would not be in your favor and the next ones actually. Yeah, so On to the next one, which I believe it was again submitted to me between this period over here where this trade has been opened. The dynamic precision scalper, which is again one of our newest strategies. It's on Solana on 2 hours, so it's a long-term strategy. Over here on to my right of my screen, we also have the performance table, which you can pretty much take a look, and it's pretty much a 3-year-old results. You can get more if available by the exchange by doing a deep backtest. Let's just check for this one because I think I already backtested a bunch of them, but sadly the trade review refreshes. So we don't have an extra data available just because this one is a altcoin. It didn't have much more time to develop for the future. And yeah, you should really have the just the 3 years available. Right, so back to the numbers, 1,157 net profit percent, total close trades 228. I mean, for a 3 years period, it's somewhat of a low amount. However, it's like one entry each 3 days, 4 days, if my math is correct. So it's manageable since it's a long-term strategy. It's on 2-hour time frame. The win rate is lower than 50. It's 45%. So you are definitely expecting like 1 win, 1 loss, and in the end some 2 losses and 1 win. But it doesn't matter as long as when you are winning, you're actually winning more that you're supposed to lose. Like for example, you have a table inside our community and our educational materials to risk to reward ratio. So for example, if you have a 50% win rate and you're just having a take profit of 1% and the stop loss 1%, in the end, unfortunately, you're still losing just because of the fees. So in the end, to take factor of the fees, let's say they are just completely zero, you would be pretty much in a situation of stalemate. You're not winning anything, you're not losing anything. So you're supposed to have a higher take profit than the stop loss level if you're doing an exact 50% win rate and no fees at all. So yeah, it's an interesting factor to take a look, the profit factor as well. However, I'm more of an equity curve guy and the maximum drawdown and of course the filter of total close trades. However, you should develop your own style of optimization, of deciding of either a strategy is good or bad. I'm not really saying that my style is the best, it's just whatever I'm doing, pretty much. Right, and the maximum drawdown, a respectable amount of 13.7%. Overall, looking really great. I'm really expecting this strategy to do good in the future. If it works with either 228 trades as well. So on to the next one on Avalanche, 1 hour. This one has been an active strategy. It was submitted to me like around this period. We can see it's a multiple take profit strategy. However, if it works, it works. The only factor you should be aware is that total close trades number here on TradeView might be a little deceiving. It's not really total close trades, it's more like total exits, if that makes any sense. So if we have a 2 take profit levels, that's going to be 2 extra trades added to this number over here of 522. Back to it, the Super FBMA plus zero lag by David, one of our best performing strategies, I should imagine, and also very popular one. The net profit is 329%, very close to 330. Total close trades 522, a very big amount, I should imagine. You can definitely try out to filter out maybe periods like from here all the way till here or something like that. They see if there is anything that's repeating pretty much, and you can filter those out, maybe get to another healthy amount of 400 total close trades. However, since it's a multiple take profit, maybe the real open would be about 300 or something like that. Total closed trades overall. The win rate is 41.2%, which is okay. It doesn't matter really the win rate as long as the equity curve goes up, so you're really profitable in the end. And the maximum drawdown of 19.1%, under 20, it's a very respectable amount. If you wish for a lower one, you can decrease the the leverage that's applied to the strategy, you're going to risk a little bit of profit as well. But yeah, in the end, if you're more of a risk-free trader, you should definitely apply in some removal of the leverage applied, or if you want to risk a little bit more, you're going to increase this number over here, but you're also going to potentially earn a lot more. Right, on to the next one on Bitcoin, 1 hour. Again, one of our popular strategies, the Super FBMA plus zero lag. This one is an active one as well. It had this win over here since it was submitted to me. Equity curve looks like it's having a little dip, but yeah, it just had this win. Obviously, you guys can see it. Unfortunately, I cannot zoom, but yeah, you do see this pretty much little line going up rather than this big, I'd say, downside. Back to the numbers, 1,248% net profit, 443 total close rates, which is a good amount. Again, you can definitely try out to filter a little bit if possible. If not, it's great as it is. The win rate is 67%, which is great. You are in a higher than 2 wins and 1 loss overall in the future. So it's perfect depending on your type of trading style. You wish to have more wins, or maybe you wish to have less wins but a higher net profit. Again, that's very subjective. It really depends on your trading style. And again, a really respectable amount of maximum drawdown of 15.2%. Overall, looking good. On to the next one on Matic, 45 minutes. We have the trend hook, which is a very popular one. I think it's our best so far indicator, at least for 2024, so far that we have discovered. Definitely interested in these strategies and all the strategies that have trend hook applied to them. It doesn't really mean that we should ignore all else. No, not at all. You might never know what indicator might pop up out of nowhere and pretty much crush trend as well. That's the magic, I guess, of algo trading. You really need to try more combinations and see which one fits. Back to the numbers, 190% net profit. Total close trades 317, which is great. Maybe again, you should try out, guys, to filter out these periods like this, or maybe this drawdown over here, which would be the maximum drawdown overall, the one from here. And yeah, good things could come up out of, let's say, over optimizing. But again, take care with the aspect of overfitting. On to the next one, which is on Gala on 45 minutes. McGinley trend followers. Again, McGinley, a really good indicator and also strategy for our community. The net profit 1,757%, total close rates 118, a respectable amount. However, I wish to see maybe a couple more, like 150, 200, somewhere in that neighborhood. However, if it works, it works. The win rate is 65, close to 66%. Maximum drawdown 44. That's a little too high for my taste as well. You should definitely try out to reduce it. You're going to risk a little bit of profit as well. Equity curve looks like it's having a current dip at the moment. However, it didn't have any trades so far within the past couple of months. Maybe there is a strict rule of maybe, for example, the RSI level to be above a certain level, and we're really low at the moment. And that's why it takes a little bit of time for the market to move out a little bit the indicator that is a strict rule to the strategy in order to open up trades. On to the next one on Bitcoin on 15 minutes. Total net profit 134%. Total close rates just 32. A little low, I should imagine. However, if it works, it works. Just put it through incubation and see how it goes in the future. The win rate is 81%, which is great. The maximum drawdown of 17.1%. Looking good so far. On to the next one, an active one. It just had these two trades over here, a winning one and a losing one. Losses can happen at any time, any day. It doesn't matter if over time the strategy is still profitable and it somewhat respects the aspect of the win rate. That's one thing that I'm trying. For example, if I'm putting a stop on backtesting and I'm starting to incubate my strategies, I'm letting that strategy to have like maybe 6-10 trades. depending on the amount of trades that happen in the backtesting period. So for example, within a year, if we have 800 trades, just waiting for 10 trades shouldn't be long, like maybe just a couple weeks or something like that. And if the win rate, for example, matches, like for example, here we have a 75%, and within the incubation period, we have maybe a 70 or maybe an 80% win rate, that means that the strategy potentially is not overfitted, and you could try out to live trade with that as well. Back to the numbers, net profit 610% net profit, total close trades 86, win rate 75, and the maximum drawdown, a respectable amount of 14%. On to the next one, which is on Bitcoin, 15 minutes. The dead zone, let's say the most profitable, the most popular strategy as of 2023 regarding David Tech, I should imagine. Trend who tends to easily try to steal a little bit of popularity out of the dead zone. But yeah, it's a strategy that is working. We have the algorithm put out into different strategies as well. Definitely try out if you're a beginner, if you're a newbie, anything like regarding to just coming along into the life of algo trading, you should definitely try out the dead zone. Net profit 73%, total close trades 49, a little low, but if it works, it works. The win rate is 73% and the maximum drawdown of 16.5. Let's just try the deep backtesting because I remember I did this one recently. It's going to take a little bit of time. It's really depending, but I'm not really sure on your internet connection or maybe the TradingView servers or maybe on your hardware. I'm not really sure on why sometimes it takes a little longer regardless of the, let's say, backtesting data that's available, or maybe the amount of trades is the factor that slows up a little bit TradingView. Let's just get back to it as it's done. So the next one. On Bitcoin, 2 hours, trend who again, total net profit close to 200%, total close trades 133, win rate 39, a little lower, but again, you should definitely not be 100% into win rate. I do understand the type of traders that are mostly interested in win rates. They don't want to lose at all. They don't want to risk. It's fair enough. However, usually the strategies with the most net profit are the ones with the least amount of win rate. You're winning big whenever you're winning. However, with strategies that have a big win rate, you could basically apply a lot of leverage because the risk of losing is low because the win rate is pretty high, right? So yeah, you can definitely try out some interesting things regarding the win rate as well. And the maximum drawdown of a respectable amount of 11.7%. So this strategy over here, we can see in this period from here to here, and it's repeating from here to here, it has been sideways. However, if we could in some way filter out the periods as previously said, this one from here to here, maybe this one as well, maybe from here to here as well, maybe they are repeating, maybe it's a factor, maybe the beginning of the year, maybe the end, maybe some indicator on a higher time frame tends to play some tricks on this strategy as well. If we could filter this one, this could be a killer, I should imagine. But yeah, back to our strategies. As I said, the 11 maximum drawdown percent, that's a respectable amount. We're really getting close to the end. This one, which is an inactive one, it was submitted to me right after this win happened over here. It's on link, 45 minutes, the McGinley trend follower strategies, net profit 76%, total close trades 407, a very great amount. I don't honestly see potential optimizations. However, maybe a little bit of the maximum drawdowns side of things, maybe from here to here, from here to here, here, and so on. However, the equity curve looks pretty amazing if you ask me. Back to it, the win rate is 85, close to 84% actually, which is great, and the maximum drawdown of 3.2%. Maybe you could apply some more leverage to it and take it to maybe like a 10% or 15%, depending on your style of trading, but you're of course going to increase the net profit by a lot as well. And the last one for today, it just had this trade, I believe, since it was submitted to me. So it's on Bitcoin, 1 hour. The squeeze momentum, I should imagine, is like the most profitable and most popular indicator from 2022. I remember it's that old. Inside our community, we are constantly trying to update our scripts as well to be into the version 5. If you guys have any, for example, setups that are on outdated strategies, I don't have one in my mind currently. However, if you manage to find a good setup, let us know. We are going to update the scripts as well. So back to the numbers, net profit 76.7%, total close trades 89, a good amount. However, I should have seen maybe a little more, maybe 150 and so on. Win rate 60%, very close to it, and a maximum drawdown of just below 10%, 9.26. Overall, so good. A short reminder, guys, if you don't see your setup, feel free to message me. It was not skipped. However, there have been a couple of setups which either were empty or for some reason there was no trades at all. I have no idea why. Some of the setups were shared as an idea chart or something like that. So it was just a picture of the chart. There was no way for me to actually play out with the settings as well. So yeah, definitely check your DMs. If you haven't received any DM from me and your setup was not here today, let me know. I'll happily go again over the list and try to find out together why exactly that happened. And pretty much that was it with the summits for March. As of today, this evening, we're going to have the ranks refresh. So if you have submitted through March, you're also going to get access as of April. If you didn't, unfortunately, you'll have to take a break for a month. Feel free to start optimizing, send your submission through the form, and you'll get access as of next month. April submissions are now open to upkeep your rank, or if you haven't got time to optimize through March, just do it through April and you'll get access as of May. Coming up, as of Thursday, we'll have the 2023 Grand Review, which we're going to take the setups from September, October, November, and December, and we're going to fight them together to see which one had the best overall net profit. There are going to be some honorable mentions as well as of prizes. What else? All of the setups are standardized, so it's the same leverage, the same percentage to trade with, the same capital, the same fees, the same slippage. So everything is put out into a perfect scenario for everyone to kind of show how they develop in the future. Next Thursday, we'll have the February review. We are going to take all the summits that were present within TradingView, and we're going to see again, everything will be standardized as I previously stated, and to see which one has been doing the very best. And of course, the new summit, which happened from today all until next week. That was it from me. If you guys have any questions regarding what you have seen so far, let me know. I also check the chats. If not, I'm going to do a short introduction in case anybody here has no idea what I'm pretty much talking about. If you guys have any question within the time I also check the chats, please feel free to interrupt.
It's great, Vlad.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm also
Good setup.
checking. Yeah, they have been great. So, hey guys, hello Nicolas, how are you? My screen didn't refresh. Still see. Oh, okay. I hope you can see. If not, it's recorded. You can view it afterwards on YouTube as well. If you guys can share the link, I would thank you very much within the chat. Depends on the time frame, more candles, more data. Exactly. There's an transition. This is submission counts as a new submission. It depends. If it's somebody else's, please state the original user. which have created that. If for some reason that setup has broke apart and you further optimize it and now it's working, you can optimize it. If it's regardless optimized and it's looking better, sure, I believe a version 2 out of optimization would be better. How do we state it? Feel free to send a message to me in the message. I wouldn't put it in the name of the chart because I'm deleting all of them without pretty much looking, just because I do have my way of naming things, so I know where which is what pretty much. So yeah, just send to me a message and I'll include in the notes of the strategy that's by somebody else. I also have a DM. I can check my submission was correct. I'll check it after the stream because I don't have space available on my screen currently to check it. I'll definitely check it after the stream. How do I find the date of my access expires? If you haven't submitted through March, I believe, March 5th, about this time up until now, like 1 hour ago or something like that, you will no longer get access to the platform. If you have submitted, you're just safe, you're going to get access. You can check, I believe, your Gmail or email inbox. You do get an email that you have replied to the form and you can check the date out of it. Right. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me, guys. If you guys don't have any other question, I'll just jump to the short introduction towards the newcomers. So, the Elite Backtesters.
I have a question.
Oh, okay. Hi, Marco. How are you?
Vlad, I'm fine. Thank you very much. A question. I see next Tuesday is the February reviews.
Yes.
But is there a way that we can better manage all submissions? Because I'm currently checking and I see there are probably 10 till 15 submissions that show no trades in incubate.trade while there are trades. So when looking to that, then it's difficult to review for you probably.
It's regarding the period that have been submitted until the period that I'm doing the Tuesday live, or on which time frame are you referring that there are no trades at all?
I'm referring to incubate.trade, sorting by trade number. So I see 15 submissions showing 0 trades. And I now check for 6 settings, and they all have in TradingView trades, but not on incubate.trade.
Yeah.
It might be issue of alerts that have been not updated.
I can answer if you like, Vlad. Currently, hi Marco, how you going, mate? Sorry.
Good afternoon, mate.
Yeah. So currently what's happening is that I'm migrating all of the website over to david.tech, which allows people to automatically bot trade all of these strategies when they're elite backtesters. So we have currently a new setup that's going to be released on Thursday, which all of those kind of things have actually been fixed in the new update. So I'm not updating incubate.trade. I'm updating david.tech, which you'll all get access to, as well as incubate.trade. So incubate.trade will be integrated into David Tech with all the new features and all of the new stats.
But how do I need to see that? That does not mean a migration, but you had set up everything again on that website.
So everything like your favorites and all that will just literally migrate across without having to do anything. All of your setups for things like Telegram alerts, all of that will be migrated over to David Tech. The only thing that changed is, like I said, I've literally made it possible for everybody to be able to trade with bots, so they don't have to copy across if they don't want to. If they do, they still have the option to. And there's loads of extra stats like the 7-day stat, the 30-day stat, the 90-day stat. All of those things have been coded in there. If you prefer to continue using incubate.trade, the access will still be there. It will be updated to this new look and feel, but the two sites will have a link between them on the database so that they update at the same time. So in other words, in fact,
yeah. But 10 till 15 strategies are not showing trades yet. Is it then that the webhook is not correct, for example, and that is fixed on the new URL?
Yes, that would be the reason. William's going through all of them and resetting up the webhooks through them at the moment.
But that the past trades that are not showing yet, that will be manually be added then.
They're imported directly from TradingView, just like they did before with the orange lines. Yeah. Okay, mate.
Okay.
Thanks for the
thank
question. No problem.
Yeah, okay, you too.
Awesome. Are there any other questions regarding the presentation so far? Otherwise, I'll just jump up with the introduction for newcomers, and of course, give my microphone to David as well. Let me check if there is any other questions.
Don't do that. I don't stop talking.
I submitted two strats. I'll check out for you Halkanis as well. Why the need for a new platform? The incubator trade. That's a question for David, which he will address shortly. Let me just do the introduction for the newcomers in case anybody has no idea what we are speaking so far. So, Elite Backtesters, it's a group started by the members of DavidTech for the DavidTech community. We are backtesting the DavidTech strategies, and not only with the help of Botify, you can basically throw some indicators at it and you can create strategies with 99% out of the indicators possible. There is a slight chance for it not to work, but with the help of a little code, you can make that happen. All the settings are stored inside the community database, which you get exclusive access as you become one of the Elite Backtesters members as well. To be short, that the goal of the group would be to have one script being optimized over 5 timeframes by 100 people who spend together 278 hours. That could result out of 100 million possible great setups. So why waste time? Join now. You get exclusive access to this project and a prize pool of more than $1,000 for the very best strategies. That's possible by the supporters of the community, the Ultimate, the Elite Plus members. Thank you very much, guys, for supporting the community. Now, open discussions. David, if you wish to take the microphone, how are you today?
I'm great. Thanks, Vlad. Great. Good to see so many submits again, about 60 this month. So it's really cool to see so much participation in this part of the group. Congratulations to everybody. There was one question by Narco, why a need for a new platform? I'll just quickly answer that. The reason is that there's still quite a lot of confusion between Patreon, between the David.tech, incubate.trade, the optimizer, and all of the tools that we've built here. The newcomers are still finding it very, very hard to navigate through everything. So we lose a lot of new users because it's hard to understand what the elite backtesters are and things like that. So I'm trying to put it all into one area where people can find things a little bit easier. It's not a new platform in the slighter. It has all exactly the same features as incubate.trade, and like I said earlier, the two databases will be synced. So if you prefer to go over to incubate.trade, there's no problem with that whatsoever. So, and the other big thing that we're adding to it is the possibility of just literally adding your API codes to David.tech and being able to trade these elite backtester setups because we've got all of the alerts set up. Instead of having to copy it over to TradingView if you don't want to, you'll be able to put your API codes in and it will take the trades as the trades are on the website. which I personally don't suggest that you do. I think it's much better to go away and set it up yourselves. But like I said, there's still a lot of new users that don't want to spend the time doing it. So we're offering that as well. So that's the reason that I'm building these extra products as such that will be under the same hood as David Tech.
Thank you for that explanation.
No problem whatsoever.
I couldn't say it better either. Thanks, David.
No problem. I'm just trying to make things easier. That's it, because there's just so much going on. Like I said, new users are getting rather lost, and I want them to become part of the group, and I want them to become part of this part of the group, which is when you see the screenshots and things like that in general chat this morning. Yeah, I want them to be as successful as some of you guys. So I'm trying to bring it so that it makes it easy for them. Anyway, yeah. So on Thursday, I will go through a new sort of control panel. It's very, very similar to Incubate.trade. It is Incubate.trade. It's just made a little bit easier for the newbies. And that's all I've really got to update. The terminal's got an update coming. Hopefully in review. The optimizer is going for an update as well. All of those things are being updated, and I hope that Thursday this week we should have some reviews done by Google. We should have a new website with bots and all of that kind of thing ready for you guys to be able to play around with.
What for updates do we get for the optimizer?
The optimizer is most of the updates from the Notion board that I shared with everybody. And now Rudy's been working hard on the optimizer. I'll go through the ones that he's crossed off. So there's the improve, obviously, of the in and out backtest filter, so you can filter out negative values. There's the Bing X pop-up that's already been removed, I believe, if I remember rightly. I managed to remove that without having to update it. So that's been moved. The separate, things like integration with Discord, which I could have done without having to update it anyway, but I never got around to it. What else was there? There's a couple of other things that he's crossed off. There's a couple of improvements on the naming of the CSV file. He's added a way for the optimizer to send a message to Telegram when the optimization is finished. He's tried to do by email, but hasn't finished that part yet. Excluding things like zeros, adding an extra from, there's a from to delay now, as before there was just a to delay, a delay for between each optimization. There was also something that he tried to do, but he's not sure whether it's going to work or not. So we're going to have to look through, we'll talk about it together. After 1,000 or X number of cycles, the browser will refresh, which stops us from having that overload error that some people are having. It's obviously an option. You don't have to use it, but it allows us to refresh the browser window so that some people were coming up with a memory error, so it just helps to cope with that. And I think that's about
Duplicates?
Sorry?
Duplicates? No longer?
Duplicates. I should imagine that's under the same as the zeros. I've got the zeros, excluding zeros from best settings. Going
sure?
Yeah, all of those kind of things have been added, yes.
Because the zeros is probably the optimizer sees zero better as a negative value, while zero is normally an error by TradingView.
Error by TradingView
showed zero.
I'll have to ask him how he coped with that. I'm not sure, Marco. I pretty much delegated most of that work over to Rudy this month. Because I just haven't enough time to do it myself. Yeah, I writ down and described all of the problems to him. We went through videos and things like that, and he's done most of them. So, and they've been submitted. So, we're hoping for a review by Thursday, hopefully for the next live stream. Hopefully, we're lucky.
Is it also for the times, or is that isn't a boilerplate update needed for that? Because session 2 is probably has no title.
Yeah, I need a boiler update for that one.
Yeah, okay.
There's no time for an
I think you need to
that on
update a few more, because I noticed a few training view errors while uploading some settings, and that were 2 or 3 settings that is no longer supported by training view. Probably something like GMT, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I saw one as well. There's
also I have to see if I still can find it.
There's one that I have to update, which was the use of rate of change. I know that was something that was causing problems for a couple of people, because there's a couple of times that it's mentioned in the boilerplate, and it's got the same name on all of them. So I need to change that as well. And there was a couple of other things that people have put into the Notion board fit as well on the boilerplate.
Oh, good that I find it. I will check if I can find the errors. I noticed them, but not send them to you. So I'll check if I still have them.
Okay. The other things that he hasn't done yet are things like we spoke about doing, adding a screenshot of the equity curve into some kind of back end for people, so that you could go through the CSV file with some screenshots. He's looking to do that as well. As I just said, a back end for the CSV, so that you can use instead of having to import them over to Excel or whatever. We're trying to build a back end for the optimizer, so you can see the CSV files there. And he's trying to also look at the replay features and some other things like that as well. I'm also looking at optimizing pairs from a second indicator.
Okay, nice. And how is the in and out or the walk forward optimizing made? Is it copy and pasting plain text, or?
Yes, currently it's copy and pasting. It's the same code as I built back in December. So it's my code for that. Like I said, he's trying to build a back end, so a page where you get to see the CSV file. So that kind of thing will be added to the optimizer as well, so that you can to the forward in and out sample backtesting, so that you can choose them inside of a back end. Currently, it's a very simple copy and paste into a text area at the moment.
No problem. If it works, it works.
Yeah.
So let's hope.
Yeah. It's the old code back from December, and like I said, he'll improve it as he's getting more time.
Okay.
And then we've got the terminal that's been updated. The terminal.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No problem. Yeah, carry on, mate. No problem.
Yeah.
No, carry on.
Okay. Supporting DEXs. Like Dydex, Uniswap, whatever, Apex Pro. Can you tell something about that?
Yeah, so we've looked into several Dydex. So we've got DYDX, we've got Uniswap. I'd love to, but I think we're going to have to build some kind of internal wallets for it, where you can deposit a certain amount, very much like Unibot and all of those kind of things, because otherwise the slippage and connecting to wallets and things like that will be extremely hard. DYDX is a little bit easier, although the slippage has been awful on our tests so far. Which one was the other one? The Apex Pro. seems to be one of the better ones, but we still haven't managed. I don't know how far William's actually got with Apex. William, are you there or not? No, he's not there. So Apex. Oh yes,
Sorry, it was muted.
Sorry, no problem.
Sorry about that. How's your ears?
No problems. No problems.
So, as far as decentralized, DYDX have started to request for KYC. So, I did build the bot for it. Had 2 days of trading, and they asked me for a KYC. So, I've sent them an approval for KYC to be able to get back on with testing with that part. Apex currently is getting coded at the moment. I'm working on that. FTMO, I've been looking into for how to code that as due to the slippage issues that I've noticed on that one. Of course, and also I've been also
Uniswap obviously would be much harder for us to. I don't know really how to go about Uniswap. Like I said, it's there's Uniswap. We can either build wallets that would be sort of temporary wallets for everybody to use. And we could build some kind of bot for that, but like I said, very much like Unibot, but that's kind of something that we need to discuss with everybody, I guess.
Yeah, and also last issue which I've been also noticing is trying to find a offline wallet like MetaMask or Phantom, etc., which doesn't desynchronize, because sometimes they also have desynchronization issues because you're not running with just APIs. There's also an extra factor which you've got to take into account, which is called a start key on the exchanges, and sometimes they desynchronize if you go offline too long with your computer, etc. And log back in, it resets your start key, and often we've got to reset the bots each time.
So we're looking into them, but we haven't really got a great answer for a decentralized exchange yet. But we'll continue working on them.
Okay, and Will, do you eventually have for me an answer about OKX, about the Netherlands?
OKX haven't given us back an answer. We'll resend a message just off this stream, Marco, for you. Currently haven't had an answer back for it for the Netherlands itself. I mean, to be honest, they sent us back a message. Yep, last week, saying that some countries are under restrictions and others are open, but they didn't give us a full list. So I've asked them for a list. I will resend them back a message to see with them for you on that part.
Okay.
So
they are almost similar like Kraken.
To trying to